Hello everyone and welcome to Unicorn Light Tarot. Sincerely hope everybody is doing amazingly well today, this evening, whenever you click on this video. If you are brand new here, welcome, and for those of you who are returning, welcome also. We are doing a blessing and a healing for our beautiful Ostara, our Spring Equinox. I want to say a special thank you for everybody that's reached out. It's been a crazy week here at Unicorn Light Tarot. I know most of you know, because I posted in the community page, that my beloved kitty, Lily, passed away last Monday, and then myself and my partner on Wednesday found out that a mutual friend had passed. And then that hours afterwards, coming into Thursday, a beloved family member in London, my hometown, passed away. So it's been a week of grief and rebirth. And I want to say for everybody who reached out to me via social media and privately to say that they've been going through a lot of grief, either bringing it up as an anniversary, or people have been losing people, or situations have been happening throughout of last week too. My sincerest and deepest apologies and beauty and I was going to say constellation, but that's not the word, although going with the stars is beautiful right now. But my heart is absolutely and completely with you. And while I may not be as articulate as normal because of everything that's happened this week, I did want to show up for you guys today. So I do want to concentrate. First of all, I do want to say that everybody that's going through grief or loss of any kind, because we are living in unprecedented times, we're going to sit with you today and we're going to do some healing, and we're going to be doing some love and sending you some beauty. So please stay with us for this reading today, because we've got your back. And I also wanted to say that we are moving into a time of rebirth with our beautiful Ostara. If you can hear my other cat, Mildred, in the background, she's having a little scream fest. So we are coming into a time of rebirth, and I'm definitely coming into a time after a week of grieving, of realizing completely that the energy that was, yes, that's passed from this earth is very much integrated into my soul, and I will honor them for the rest of my life. So we are going to do a rebirth and honoring the rebirth, and really just do a reading and a healing for the time that's coming in, that a star is bringing in. It's also bringing in the Aries energy, so it's a time for action and beauty and brand new beginnings. There's definitely a clearing of the way for anything that isn't working to come out of your life one way or another, and for our beautiful souls that we absolutely love, for them to move on and become part of the stars again. So this is a time of alignment. I have set this reading up for Reiki also. I also have my Reiki wand here, so we will be doing some Reiki and some healing. So I'm going to invite you to do a huge breath and just hold for a second and release and align into your own energy, your own beautiful energy. We also want to remind you too that coming into Ostara and coming into this beautiful time of alignment and this beautiful time of new beginnings, as we move through into the end of March and the beginning of April, we will be able to see completely how we can shift and change our lives through perception. I want to remind everybody that having a magical life is not that difficult. All we need to do is shift our perception. Sometimes that's a little bit more difficult than others, but it is possible to do. Magical thinking is just a shift in perception. And I also want to bring up at this point too, that it's really just about how you work with your waking life is how you work with your dream life. Remember, everything that we believe, everything that we see around us is part of our own reality that we've created for ourselves. Now, what does that mean? It means that we have control to a certain degree. We certainly have control of how we deal with everything and how we work with our own energy. But just just a reminder that, you know, everything in our waking life is only a dream, and we can shift it and change it with perception. Here comes Mildred, anytime that we want. So the power does lie within us. And as long as we remember that we are divine, we are divinity, and we have the power to do this, we can move forward and make the most out of this beautiful springtime energy coming into us. If you are in the Western Hemisphere, coming into us, knowing that new beginnings are on their way. So let's go ahead and choose a couple of cards here from our, of course, our Unicorn Tarot deck. Ooh, my goodness, when they pile out like that, I tend to put them back. If they throw themselves at me, then it's usually a card that we should not ignore. So let's go ahead and choose a couple of cards for our healing and blessing. And I want to remind everybody that our candle is dressed and blessed for healing and bringing us into our new beginnings, a remembrance of who we are, the divinity in us and the beauty. So as always, these sessions are set up for healing, activation, support, whatever you need. So if you want to release anything, look into the flame. If you want to bring in abundance and new beginnings, you can pull that in with the flame too. However you want to use that magic candle. And I encourage you, this is definitely the time for spell work, or if you're not comfortable with that, then energy work, for getting out there and making your own potions and magic and dressing your own candles, whatever you need to do. So let's see what we have here. I'm actually going to choose 3, and I'm going to put these beautiful cards aside for now. So let's go with the middle. We've got the 9 of Cups reversed. We've got the 6 of Swords reversed. And we've got the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is a healing for everybody here, to remind them. Remind all of you that, again, all of the healing is within you. All of the beauty is within you. The divinity is completely within you. Whatever you want is absolutely seeking you too. You absolutely are coming in, a reminder that you are coming in to a beautiful time where a lot of the, particularly the anger and needing to fight or needing to defend, is mainly the word that we're hearing from the universe. The need to defend will fall away. Now, for those of you feeling, or the subconscious is feeling a little uncomfortable, but you know, I need to be ready, I need to be ready, need to defend. It's all, again, as we said in the intro, a shift in perception. There's nothing to hide from now. There's nothing to prove now. There's absolutely nothing beyond a shadow of a doubt that you need to defend against, because there's no external validation that you're trying to get. This is definitely a time for all of us to really understand how this works. The institutions of all sorts of social, political, whatever, how we've been influenced by society at large, and how we can say, I don't want to do this anymore, and have the confidence to walk away from it. And whatever that means to you, we all have a sense of identity. Where did we get that identity from? Was it put upon us? Did we grab it? What's your story? Now, each one of you is being asked what your story is. Everybody has a real story. Everybody has a story of struggle. Everybody has a story of coming from somewhere, and the story includes the perception of, oh, those aha moments of, I was going through this and then this happened and then I realized this and then I became who I am today. So you're being asked to go in for your story of truth and to really delineate and just really extract what no longer works for you in any way, shape, or form. So if you were projected upon all the external stuff, whatever you had to play into, we've all done it. We've all done it. Whatever you had to play into to be part of the larger game of life, you know, you're being asked, if it feels like the right time for you, if you want to switch that perception and lay down all of that no longer works for you, and stand in your own truth and your own divinity. And really, we talk about self-love, and that happens a lot in the new age community. What is self-love? That's coming in too. But self-love really is just putting your energy together and putting light on every aspect of your soul and accepting us for what we are. Evil is not necessarily just outside of ourselves. There is darkness within each of us, and that could be coming from DNA, that can be coming from past lives, hundreds of thousands of years of living on this earth with our bloodline and this, that, and the other. We've inherited it, it's there, but we can't project it, or projecting it upon the earth when we're not acknowledging that we have that within us. We've come into a world of polarity, good versus evil, night and dark, and all of the others, we know what they are. So accepting every aspect of ourselves, and shining light and really hugging in the beauty of what we conceive or perceive as darkness within ourselves, and accepting every part of us. It makes us complete, it makes us whole. Within that, we can move into this new era of accepting every part of us, knowing who we are, and claiming our story of healing and our own personal uh, point of view, insofar as if it comes from a point of view of healing, and rising up, and being who we truly are, and wanting to be seen for exactly who we are, and letting go of all of the labels and moving forward. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to set up, first of all, I want to do the healing. I want to do the power symbol, Chokure, 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 upon us right now, for any deep-seated healing that needs to be done. Like I said at the beginning, this session is set up for Reiki, so we're going to be sending you out that deep healing right now for you to release any aspect of the old that no longer serves you anymore. And I'm going to do this beautiful Karuna symbol that's one of my favorites. It's an affinity symbol, and it goes into deep emotional healing, and heals on a cellular level. It also can heal past life, any kind of abuse and karmic issues too. So if there's anything that you want to offer up for healing now, and we will do that too. Reiki only works on whatever it is that you're ready to work on. It's very gentle. So we've got the Zonar symbol there. We're going to be sending that out to you with extra power symbol there also. So take a deep breath and send your energy down into the ground. And we want to remind you, while the symbol is working through your DNA and through your cellular, at a cellular level, we want to remind you that you really are divine. Now, not everything in our modern world teaches us that. Some things actually teach us the opposite. But we want to remind you that you are divine. You are of the stars. You are made up of stardust. You are an infinite being. Yes, in a human body, in a meat suit. We understand that. But anything is possible, and we want you to come back to that understanding that anything is possible right now. And as we move into this beautiful new beginning, I encourage you to, and we always leave suggestions for you, some practical grounded advice, but please always listen to your intuition, whatever it is that tells you to do. But you can always write down what it is that you want to achieve, your new beginnings, what path you want to go down. Now, don't drive yourself crazy about this. It doesn't have to be specifics. All you need to do is take baby steps, but really tap into your heart center. And as we've said before on this channel, if you want a big house, that's wonderful, but really go into why you want a big house, because the why is really what it is that you're seeking. So be clear and direct about what you're looking to do and how you're looking to move forward, and the changes that you're looking to make, and write them down, because we know that when we write them down, it actually sends a specific symbol, a significant sort of neuro pattern happens in the brain, and your brain actually really takes in that information, and it works with the subconscious a lot more powerfully. So write it down. You can put it on your altar, you can put it underneath your pillow, wherever you want to put it, but write it down and get really clear about what it is that you're wanting, what path you're wanting to move forward, and concentrate on what it is you're looking to achieve or move into, not necessarily what you're looking to let go of. That's what we're dealing with in this session, healing and blessings. So I also want to do one more symbol here. I'm going to do the power symbol also. And this is a beautiful symbol that we just did. It heals unconscious patterns. So anything that's ready to come up for you now can come up gently and be released gently. So let's just keep breathing. Drink lots of water, or the appropriate amount of water after this session. And remember to write down your goals and to listen to your inner soul, to really understand your divinity, to really understand that magical thinking is just a shift in perception in many ways. There's lots of other things that come along with a magical life too, but that's an individual aspect of how you will go about it. But we are concentrating on knowing that good times are coming in, and that you are paving the way for something absolutely beautiful and luminous, something to take off, for you to stand in your own truth and beauty, and for you to sort of let go of anything that's no longer serving you, any label that's no longer serving you, any vision or version of the world where you try to fit in. It's now time, if you feel confident, to walk away from it, if it's not served you. There's enough people in the world as we're shifting into not a new way of being by any stretch of the imagination. I think we're coming back sort of to the ancient ways in many ways of really understanding that true power comes from understanding our own divinity, and comes from understanding that we can have heaven on earth now. We don't have to wait until we pass on. And we don't have to be defined by a set of rules. You make your own rules. And that's it. We don't have to be perfect. There's darkness in every single one of us, and projecting it out doesn't mean that it doesn't exist in you. So we can claim all aspects of ourselves and become and have that power precede us in this lifetime. And this is the time for that. And we're helping you move forward with that today. Let's do our cosmic dancer oracle. Clear the vessel. Absolutely. I'm going to put that in front of believe right now. We do want you to believe. We want you to clear all the roads so you can see which road. Well, there may be many different roads, but we want you to clear the roads that you've traveled thus far, and allow for a new road to make itself, or a new street. I've forgotten what you guys call them over here. A new street, a new avenue to make itself available for you now. So let's see what else we have here. Honor the lineage. Absolutely. We talked about this too. Honoring every aspect of our lineage, not just our bloodline and our DNA, but we come from ancient souls. We've been here on this earth many times before. As we said before, there's light and dark in all of us. Honoring absolutely every aspect of ourselves, everything that we've been through, every mistake that we've made, and our bloodline, our past lives, our energy, honoring absolutely all of it and illuminating all of it and standing proud in absolutely all of it. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that, the way in which we've worked before in the world is how we're going to do this again. That's not that we haven't made mistakes or anything like that, not at all. But honoring how we've come into the presence of mind that we have now, honoring absolutely all of it, and also allowing in the lineage to sort of shine For those of you, and a lot of you have been doing a lot of this work with your bloodline and healing the past and healing your bloodline, to really allow in the essence of that power of your bloodline, of your DNA, of that beautiful gorgeousness that is them, because they can help you in ways that you could not even imagine. I just had a conversation, with my partner. Of course, he believes this too, but it's very sad when people leave us on the earthly realm. Of course, it's very sad. It's heartbreaking. Grief breaks you apart, and as it breaks you apart, something else new grows in there, and it's very personal. Grief is very personal. Time gives us space, and within that space, we're really able to see how how grief is going to work for us. There's no right or wrong way of moving through grief. But I always say that the energy of that person that was here on the earthly realm, they're with you in so many beautiful ways when they move back, or when they go home, is what I call it, when they go back to the stars. They can do far more for you. They're there. And for somebody who actually, has dedicated their lives to speaking to guides and to speaking to people who have passed over, I can testify that they are there absolutely for you 150% when they move forward and when they go home. So you don't lose them. Yes, you lose them on the earthly realm, and yes, of course, that's entirely painful. Of course it is. We don't want to downplay grief in any way, shape, or form, and I'm certainly not going to do that this week. But we also know that they become a part of us. They integrate with our energy, and they become a part of us. And we have the chance to really move forward with their energy and their beauty within our souls integrated. So there's many different levels where this is working for us as we move forward into this beautiful new era, as we move into as we move into April, this real energy of hope and rejuvenation will be coming up. Things will get easier. The energy will get lighter. You will understand who you are a lot more. A lot of you have been working towards this, and really understand that you're at this light energy, and really understand your frequency and how to keep your frequency, not where you can see it necessarily, but where it can do the most for you, and keep it at that level and live in this high vibration for surety. But if your vibration goes a little lower at times, that's fine too. Incorporate those lower vibration times. Really show us not just who we are, but really can show us not what we need to work on necessarily, but what still needs to be integrated, and bring us back to a sense of honoring ourselves. Let's see what we have. Be fluid. Absolutely. Be like the water. Be fluid. For those of you who have elemental energy around you, even mermaid energy around you. Let's see if we have the mermaid pack here. Yes, I'm going to bring this up. The mermaid pack. Just remember to move through the next couple of days. Move through the energy of the next week, fluid and flexible, and with this glorious sense of well-being. Because again, coming back to your magical shift, you are magic. You are beauty. You are divine. You absolutely are. Now let's see what else we have here. I want to do so we're going to do the hearth. I love this. Wonderful. This is one of my favorites too. I feel like I say that all the time because they're all my favorites. Hearth. And we're also going to do the choco ray symbol too. This hearth energy, breathe through it. It's going to help you heal relationships and addictions, and develops compassionate action. And sometimes when we've been through so much, and we're hurting, we're physically hurting, our brain is hurting, our heart is hurting, our bones are hurting, our DNA is hurting, it can be difficult to be compassionate sometimes. So this will help bring in that energy and just bring that belief back to you. Heart-centered feeling. Remember, I always say to people now, think with your heart. Your mind has its own agenda. Now, there's nothing wrong with being practical and having that action behind you. That's absolutely wonderful. But think with your heart, and that's where compassion will come from. Let's do the power symbol to Chokurei just one more time here. I'm going to send that to you. Keep breathing. And we're also going to do symbol here. Now, this symbol that we just did will clear out any negative energy that's still at a cellular level, at all levels. We're also going to do Chokurei here. I'm going to send that to you. Keep breathing deeply. Take that energy in. And let's get you some more messages here. Okay, balance spirituality and practicality. Absolutely. Absolutely. The divine masculine and the divine feminine coming into the Aries energy that we have with the time of action, with also compassion that you have for yourself too. And as we just said, really checking in with your mind, but also checking in with your heart-filled center. If your mind's telling you something and you find yourself going in a loop with your mind, check in with your heart. We promise you it'll give you a different dimension, a different understanding of what's going on. Your mind is hardwired for survival. It's not hardwired for surviving. We have to hardwire it for thriving. So check in this week constantly with your mind and your heart. Have that balance. Come back to center if your mind's looping. Come back to your heart-filled center. It will never let you down. That balance is there for you. And a new romantic cycle begins, a new moon in Libra. We are just getting out, or just moving out of our beautiful Pisces mindset, which of course is about romance and beauty, and not always the most grounded necessarily of energy, but it really does allow us to get out there with that beautiful watery romantic energy and see what's possible for us. So as we come into a new romantic cycle, we'll be able to take that romantic energy and put that sort of fire energy, that go-getter energy of the Aries coming in, and go get what it is that we want. Now, there'll be definitely a lot of healing on many levels, of personal, interpersonal, global, but also we've talked about romance coming in for a lot of you too. So a new romantic cycle coming in. We're not surprised, because of course it's spring coming in, and beauty and just hope and life. We've had a crazy year globally. Everybody's had a different way of reacting to it, but we've all been, I think, what's that quote? We've all been in the same storm, but we've not all been in the same boat, but we've all been affected very much so in the last year. This is a time for hope, of moving forward, of clarity, of thinking, of shedding what no longer works for us, but also shedding some of the ideals and identities that we took on in order to get through that year. We're being asked to sort of clear that away and say to ourselves now, if we were free and clear, what would we choose? What would we think? What would we want? And getting back to an understanding of who we are at that pure, true level, of that power, instinctual level. Let's do one more here, and I want to do one more Reiki symbol. Believe in the impossible. Absolutely. If there's one thing that we want to, Blue Moon, if there's one thing that we want to really bring to your attention in this reading, in this blessing, in this healing, is that belief in the impossible brings the so-called impossible in. Anything is possible for you. Remember, a switch in perception, knowing that you are completely divine, and you are absolutely a vessel of the divine that can produce any kind of results that you want within a shadow of a doubt. All it takes is the belief that you can do it. So we're working on the subconscious today, healing any kind of subconscious negativity there today. So also, I just want to do one more. Where did my wand go? I'm going to do some emotional healing here. Seiki, right in there. Seiki, Seiki. Keep breathing. Let's do the power symbol. I'm going to send that out to you. Keep breathing. Believe in the impossible. It's absolutely on the horizon for you. You're bringing that in. You're bringing that in. And it's just a reminder, we just trust that it's coming. There are always signs that are coming in. I've had a lot of signs for 111's Archangel Metatron working with me this week. There's a lot of other signs coming in for you. You can always ask the universe for a sign, but we promise you it's absolutely coming in. It's coming in. Sometimes we don't need to look for the proof. We just know it's coming. If you believe in the impossible, then you absolutely believe that it's coming without a shadow of a doubt, and the universe will step up. Will step up and give you what it is that you've asked for. It may look a little bit different, but we promise you it'll only be better than what you thought. So we're going to end this healing session here with our sea melodies. I wanted to get a little mermaid elemental energy in here, some mermaid energy. See what we have. Journey. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding it. Absolutely. Revel in every essence of your journey. I know it can be difficult when we're going through some hard times or we're clearing out some stuff and we feel like we're in the void, but that's part of our journey. At least if you can, honor where you are, trust where you are, honor where you are. Come back to those small moments, those beautiful small moments that you have, because this is your life now. You're not waiting to live. This is your life now. There's one thing that I've learned, or it's really been drummed home 3 times this week, is that tomorrow really isn't guaranteed. So in every moment, we can create our future just by being in that moment. If there's one thing that you do for yourself, staying in that present moment as you live it, that's the most powerful thing that you can do, showing up authentically and staying in that moment. If you feel overwhelmed, come back to that one moment and breathe through it. Absolutely, that's one way of coping and understanding that this too shall pass. That's Mildred in the background. Oh, here she goes. Okay. And we want to remind you to write down exactly what it is that you're looking to achieve or that you're looking to move into, any kind of energy. Be clear with your heartfelt center what that truly is. Be really, really clear and write it down. Be clear as we move in to this beautiful spring energy, that this is a time for new beginnings, and declare it as a time for new beginnings for you, because this is a time you can pull in everything that you've ever dreamed of. So this is what we have for you today. Keep breathing. Definitely drink some water if you feel called to after this little Reiki session here. And we want to send you so much love, so much beauty from here at Unicorn Light Tarot. And again, thank you for everybody that's reached out either through social media or privately for condolences. It means so much to me that we have our community here and that you guys loved Lily as much as we did. And we just absolutely, from my heart to your soul, absolutely adore each and every one of you and genuinely want the best for each and every one of you. So stay bright. Stay golden, Pony Boy. And I will be with you back with our regular Unicorn Light Tarot next week for sure. I just needed a little time to grieve, so thank you for understanding that. I'm going to send you one more power symbol there, and so much love and light to you, all of you beautiful, beautiful souls out there. You are amazing just the way you are. And until we meet again, stay safe and sane. Bye-bye.